Come on, let's go. Hey, Wrightsville chillin', we vibe. Sip a cold one on Palm Tree Island. When the tide come in, gotta love it. Putting money in the meter, paddleboarding. Yeah.
Welcome to the Palm Tree Podcast, where we discuss all things Wrightsville Beach. What better person to be talking to than someone whose name is synonymous with Wrightsville Beach? And that is Jimmy Galise, the owner of Jimmy's and King Neptune's. How you doing, Jimmy?
Doing well. I appreciate you having me on.
Tell me a little bit about both your businesses down there at Wrightsville Beach.
Well, we have Jimmy's. It's been around. It's been a bar for about 60 years. It's been Jimmy's going on 10 years now. And then we have King Neptune, which is the oldest restaurant in New Hanover County. We went in last year, remodeled it, revamped it a little bit. And we also started a third business in Wrightsville Beach now, which is called Double Header, which is we teamed up with our buddies at Intercoastal Angler, and it's more like a beach lifestyle kind of shop, kind of fishing based, and with, T-shirts, hats, and a lot of Jimmy stuff, a lot of Intercoastal Angler stuff, and we're working on our own brand as well.
Yeah, it's right there next to Roberts, and it was Jazzy Boy was in there before.
Yeah, that's right.
Studio, so.
Then Rita's Ice before that.
And man, I'm just amazed by what it looked like before you guys fixed it up,
Yeah.
and what it looks like now.
It was a lot of work.
Yeah, well, it looks really good. Tell me a bit about yourself in Wrightsville Beach. Born here, raised here, moved here. What's your connection?
I moved here 2000, so I guess it's been 23 years. I went to UNCW, Cape Fear first, then UNCW.
There you go.
Yeah, never left. Loved it. Got a job working at Bridge Tender Restaurant. I'd been to culinary school in California already, so I was familiar with the restaurant business, starting when I was 15 years old. And two things I've always done is restaurant business and fishing. So I also got a job at Bridge Tender Marina. So, they were awesome there, especially Bridge Tender Marina would let me, do my homework while I was working and all that and study and whatnot. And that's kind of where I spent, a better part of 10 years at both places. And then had the opportunity to get Jimmy's, and from there it just all expanded.
Okay. There is a bike drive that started, a few years back with just a few bikes.
Yeah.
Tell us all about this bike drive, and what are you guys trying to do this year?
Yeah, for sure. 2017, I believe, is when it started. I have a friend, Eric Miller. He works for the Penguin, and he's lead singer of a band called L-Shaped Blot. And he was doing his annual Toys for Tot concert. So I called him up and said, is there anything I can do to help? And he goes, man, the only thing you can do is put, a Toys for Tots box in Jimmy's and just, bring it to the concert and donate it then. So I'm like, yeah, not a problem. Went down to the radio station, got a box, put it in there. We'll have this thing full in an hour. Well, 2 weeks go by and we have 2 toys in it. One is from my mom. So that, I had 1 toy. So I'm like, oh, man, we could do better than this. So I was like, just contemplating on what to do, and I said, you know what, they probably need some bikes. So I said, anybody that brings me a bike, I was going to make a post. Anybody that brings me a bike, I'll match it. And I about hit send, and I stopped for a second and said, up to 10.
Right.
Just to be sure. I
that.
never dreamed we'd get 10 bikes, more or less 20 or more or less 200 or whatnot. So thank God I did that. And in about 2 days, we had 10 bikes. So I matched at 20, and I was so mind blown that somebody would donate a bike to the bike drive that I just started posting it on Instagram. Like, these people are awesome. Look what they donated, a bike. And it just, took off. In 2 weeks, I think we had 200 bikes the first year. The second year, we had 416. And now people are starting to donate money and, stuff to help us. And then year 3, we had over 700. Year 4, I think over 900, and then 1,000, and then 1,100, then 1,200, and it's just
keeps going up and up and up.
Just keeps going up, and it's, last year was the first year we were officially a 501c. So now we're getting a bunch of corporate money as well, which we love the bikes, but we also like the money too, because I can ship bikes to where they need to go instead of trying to organize, a truck to take it to them.
Sure.
Like right now, we're working on a big shipment going to Maui to the fire victims.
Oh, wow.
But and we're all over North Carolina, and we're taking it somewhat all over the country now.
Okay. Yeah, it's one of the things I noticed that when I first started dropping by when you guys were doing this, it was like, wow, there's people donating their pickup trucks, their moving vans.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could feel the sense of community pretty early on, and people were like, yeah, this is a good idea, let's jump on it. But you've kind of gone from this ragtag assembled thing.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I think the second or third year, every kid in New Hanover County that wanted a bike got one, and every county touching New Hanover County got one. And now, it's crazy to imagine that, we're sending bikes to orphanages in the mountains, Hyde County, and like I said, all the way to Hawaii.
The first time you heard that confirmed that any kid in New Hanover County, or whichever the first one was, when you first heard that, walk me through your reaction to that.
Oh, it was unbelievable. Like, yeah, obviously I got kind of choked up about it, but, beyond that, I was like, well, if that's possible, then why can't we do all of North Carolina? And just keep going and going and going. And, I've got such a good, support group and people helping me that it's possible. Like, just all the people that buy into it. And I don't know why they bought into it, but they have. And it's been amazing, truly.
Yeah, you really get a sense of that. I mean, it's pretty neat, just watching all the people running around, and you had people who were kind of coordinating one block of bikes and bringing the vans in. And
exactly.
It's just really neat to see everybody coming out.
It is.
For sure. So you're looking maybe for more corporate sponsorships. Tell me about the needs. What are some of the things you're still looking to do, or what do you need?
Well, we've actually, this year is the first year we've got together. Like a lot of people don't have money to donate bikes, but they have time to put them together. So we have Cruisers Pit Crew. Every Saturday they meet at the storage unit to put bikes together. We have a bunch of volunteers for that. We have Brooklyn Pizza. It's offered to donate pizzas to those guys every Saturday and whatnot. But just finding places that really need it the most, instead of just dumping a lot of bikes on one organization. Let's make sure they go to the right places. And actually, this year is the first year we've actually teamed up with the Sheriff's Department, and they're taking over, the helmet side of it. This year is going to be the first year that every kid that gets a bike also gets a helmet.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, and through donations, we're able to do that.
So your everyday person who stumbles on it on Instagram or hears about it, they can help out. They can, best way is donate, bring it by. What do you think?
Venmo, Jimmy's Bike Drive, bring it by. We've got, big checks we take pictures of and stuff like that. Those are the main ways to do it. Or just run by Walmart or something and buy a little bike and bring it to us. We get a lot of big companies donating like 30, 40 bikes or, a $5,000 check, and that is beyond awesome and does an amazing amount of good. But it's also cool to see a couple college students come by with a bike, because, it wasn't long ago I was in college, and I know, $50 was all the money in the world to me, and for them to throw in and buy one bike, it means a lot.
I remember there was one young kid who is like kind of done more every year. Tell me a little bit about that person.
Yeah, she started year one, I think, and she was one of the first people to ever donate. And she has gotten, since then, she's gotten all her neighborhood to donate. She's raised money, and we have a former football player, Connor Barth, that always donates a large amount of bikes. Good friend of mine, great guy, greatest guy in the world. And her only goal is to beat him. She only wants to beat the NFL player.
And so people know if they're unfamiliar, we're not talking about like a 25, 30-year-old woman. Like right now,
No.
currently she's
17 maybe?
17 and started way back. So
she started when she was, like at my waist, and now she's taller than me. So, yeah. So it's awesome.
Take Connor out, man.
Oh, yeah, she is. I love it. He loves it too. That's
Yes,
awesome.
That's cool. All right, well, shift gears a little bit real quick. So for some people who hear you talking about Cruiser and don't understand the reference if you've never been to Jimmy's, where give us a little backstory on Cruiser for the uninitiated.
Well, Cruiser was our original dog, Jimmy's original dog. Unfortunately, he passed away this year of cancer, but he's kind of the mascot there. He laid on the bar. The dog was amazing. He knew people better than I did. I've actually seen him break up some dog fights. He would just stand between them. He knew that if a girl, was a college girl was eating a Vito's pizza, he knew to stand right underneath them because she wasn't going to eat the crust because of carbs. And he knew if there was a 2-year-old eating ice cream at the ice cream stand next door, there was probably a 100% chance they were going to drop that ice cream on the ground. And but yeah, he was a great dog and kind of just ultra loving. So it's kind of what we followed. If you can follow in a dog's footsteps, we definitely did.
Yeah. And if you see any of Jimmy's cool gear out there and you see the dog, that's who Cruiser is.
And his younger brother has taken over, taking it over. But he's learning every day. But he's not quite at the Cruiser level, but I think he will be in a couple years.
That's right. He's got to build up to it. All right. Just kind of a speed round of random Wrightsville questions.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I know what you'll say first this, but let's say favorite place to eat at Wrightsville Beach.
Man, you know what? Of course, I'm going to say Neptune's, but it's all good there. You got a little California Mex across the street with Tower 7, and South Beach has been a staple for years. I know the owners well, and they're awesome people. Pose, of course, Robert at Mellow Mushroom is a go-to. I don't think if you eat anywhere, I don't think you're going to strike out there.
Yeah. Favorite kind of quiet spot in Wrightsville Beach where you can kind of get just a second. Is there one for you?
When I take my kids to the park, I kind of like to walk over to the stage area and just sit there by myself just for about at least 5 minutes.
It's not even really like a Wrightsville Beach thing, more of a parenting, just some sort of distance.
Correct.
All right, cool.
So,
yeah, man, we'll just wrap it up by anything else about Wrightsville Beach that you wish people knew about or that you thought has been pretty cool to experience since your time being there.
I like a closer knit community. I like knowing people. A lot of people don't like that. I do. I don't know. I just love everybody there. I love everything about it. I love the school, the elementary school. The Loop is awesome. It's just there's always something to do, and there's always somebody you can depend on. It's awesome.
I forgot one. Offshore or inshore for fishing?
Offshore.
Offshore. Fishing for?
Billfish,
okay.
tunas, wahoos, mahis.
Okay.
Big time.
All right.
We love it. I'm about half the fisherman as my wife is.
Okay.
But, I try to keep up.
Smart man. All right. Well, we're going to end this wonderful podcast with basically Jimmy kind of telling you what you need to know and giving you the pitch to maybe make this one of the biggest bike drives that they've done so far. So, Jimmy, just lead us out and take it away, man.
Yeah, anything you can do to help as far as if it's turning wrenches, if it's donating, money Venmo via check or bringing us a bike. We appreciate it. Owning a bike is a lot of people's first taste of freedom, and everybody deserves it. So.
Well said. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us in our Palm Tree podcast, and we will catch you on the next one.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Real good vibe, everything you need right here. We just want to Wrightsville chill. I just want to Wrightsville chill. Hey, pour your wine